Missed the opening, but it seems like a normal 6-man power build, arms lab, get number one going with split pressure. Good parasites by the alien. And now really needs to check that before he starts shooting assist. And a quick fourth. This is gonna delay armor 2 by a bunch. But good splitting here. With one marine, I am not ready for this. Oh my god, what's going on? Keeps putting me into... Why can't I look at... What the hell is going on? Okay. It's done. I've had that happen before. Pulling me into first person. Alright, what I was trying to say is the parasited marines stood out in the open and the unparasited kind of like hid in a corner. So when they come in, it's like really easy frags. Bass is getting good picks because he's not revealing that he's there. He knows where the marine is from the sound, so he doesn't need a parasite. He can just wait. So Katz is the second marine coming in with 2 parasited marines. He stay fired almost all of his ammo. While Beacon was reloading, so if Katz had gone in this marine, he would have gotten a kill. He stay would have been out of bullets and had to reload. He would have had the opportunity to get both. His positioning here is really good. He's staying behind Arab King, letting Arab King tank all the bullets out of LOS of the lurk until the lurk comes in. Here he's like chasing a frag though. If he had come in and supported, there might have been something in this room. It's really important to let things go. Like if a life form gets out, don't stay focused on it. Just let it go. Try to keep your other marine still. The most important marine is the marine that's alive on the field. Assist yet? He's gonna get this gorge pick pretty. Let's get finished. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kumbungu? Oh, he's going crazy with his documentation. Noticing. It's a good idea to put 3 marines here. It looks like they're gonna clean. Oh. Sicknick goes down. Both of the other had to leave because they were too low. It's pretty likely that neither of them said, hey, we're low or you're getting the fuck out. Because Sicknick, like, he killed one guy and he had the opportunity to just leave. But he stayed to kill the other. It's really important as lurks, like you're in this lurk pack. You belong to each other. You need to tell each other when you're leaving. Everybody has to call, I'm low, I'm getting out. I'm low, I'm getting out. So the last guy's like, okay, I'm not low, but everybody else is leaving, I'll leave too. You have been, dude. Nah, shit, I've been meaning to do this more. Just like, not casting the game, but more of like a informational cast. So the Marines got this lurk kill because they did like a 1-2 pressure. So they send one Marine into the room as like a sacrificial lamb, and the other 2 Marines are late rotating in. And if this first Marine can dodge it all, stay alive for any length of time, get a little bit of damage on the lurk, it's very likely that a lurk will die. Really good job by the Marines. Weapons 2 coming, shotguns are coming, Arab King is back in the chair. Solid Snake is solid snaking around when there's... oh, there is a skulk nearby. Another tunnel entrance dead. So this hive is going to be really late. 2 shells are up. Biomass up, going up in preparation for fades. Fades are well long off. I don't know why this biomass is going. This Crag is going to die too. Cass is just throwing PvE away. I take a look at the map. There's 3 Marines here. There's a Marine here and a Marine here. They're open to base, but they're not going to go because they don't have any life forms. Waste is already dead. The proper call here is probably 2 Skulks ambush here and 1 get on res. And they saw Burt Macklin was parasitic coming right to base, so they know that he's like somewhere in base or maybe hidden this way. Bit of an overcommittal here to come save this RT. You really didn't need 2 Marines. At least they could have easily gone grab with the shotty. Pick up the pressure. And now you have 10 or 15 seconds without pressure and oxys, so aliens are going to push up, start gaining some ground to zone, get earlier parasites so they know where the pressure is coming from, and be able to react to stuff better. The 2 skulks over here, though, means that it's a high chance that oxy is going to die. It needed to be 1. You really need to keep your res on 3 OTs at this point in the game in order to get life forms back up. Because you went 3 lurks, you lost the 3 lurks, you're way behind in the game. Your only chance to come back is your Fade player, and your Gorge getting to a lurk. And that's just not going to happen if you go down to 2 RTs. So killing the 4th RT, or in this case the 5th Marine 5th RT, didn't really get you much. But you allowed, because you had 2 skulks there, you allowed Marines into the room in Oxy, and that note is dead. Flashing 3 lurks is a valid strat. You just have to get a second hive and leap, which is why the biomass, going to 3 biomass was really weird. Especially after the first lurk dying. Like, you just need to invest in a hive. Get some space that's just easier to defend. While you have the 2 lurks up, at least get that started. So if he hadn't gotten biomass at all, he could have dropped the second hive at... I guess we'll look at the tech log at the end. That beacon. Safety beacon. No, it's not 1-to-1, it's 1/3. 33%. So these teams were a little unbalanced. Stay Manao, we on Sam with a commander against Sicknick Risk. Cats can't come. I'm not familiar with Edgar. Rookie's coming along, but his lurk still dies pretty easily because he's not used to engaging people that shoot really well. Let's look at that biomass timing. So biomass 3, he started, well, finished at 7:20. I think it's a 60-second research. So he dropped it at 6 minutes. So he could have dropped the hive then, or actually earlier. I would have not got the 3rd shell. I would have just dropped the hive. And I don't know what this biomass is about. What is that biomass about? I don't know. Maybe there's some breakpoint that he was going for with like 2 shell vamp with getting 1 bite against Wep 1. Cats thinks about these things. I don't think they're very important. I don't know. Get out of the map. Why is it not black? Draw. So yeah, I would have not gotten these 3. I just dropped the 3rd hive. This fade came up really late, like metabolize. Yeah, metabolize isn't gonna cut it for 1 fade against 2 shotguns. You really need the 2nd hive in loop. So most of the loss was the lurks dying. There's a little bit that they could have done after that in order to stay on 3 OTs, get a 2nd hive up, get leap. He's been playing with Infamous. I don't see why he wouldn't. In case anybody doesn't know, you can always bring up the changelog in console. I don't see a changelog for Vamp on Lurks being lowered. I think it's just Skulks. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to play any gathers tonight. It's probably just going to be like this educational style casting. Got a bottle of wine I can open in a little bit. I think I'm playing in a scrim against Knifey's team tonight. Who are we going to use this weekend, Shu? Ranger and Pleb aren't there. Rant is Wazi available. We need a calm and a 6th. Sam is on Holmes' team as a field player. Maybe I can get We still need to start. What a shock. So here's my issue with Waste Hive. With Waste Hive, you get some advantages. You get Baywing is a quick cap. Coolant into Oxy is a little bit safer than Pipeworks into Transfer. Like this is a long sys. There's a bunch of corners for to hide in. And you get like somewhat of a better route to gravity. But where do you go if greens get into Oxy? Like, how do you take a 2nd hive? You're not going gravity. You don't have easy res biting. You have to go through grav or through security X to get to your res biting. Like, Waste Hive just sucks to start in. I don't start there. Yeah, yes, it's viable. It's not just like an auto lose because you can go for the organ tunnel. But you still have to hold Oxy. If you lose Oxy, like this tunnel doesn't really get you anything. I agree with that. She's saying that Oregon is easier to hold with a Gorge Tunnel than Waste or Bay. Um, but I think that Oregon Oxy is easier to hold with pipe than it is to hold, like say Waste Bay, Oregon with the tunnel. If you're successful, then you are really strong though with an Oregon tunnel because you get like you can hold this whole side. You probably can't sustain Bay until after lurks or fades. So like if you are good, it's better. But if by that point, if you're that good, then you can just do it from the get the same thing. It is easier to take an Oxy, easier to hold from pipe. Yeah, I agree. Really good ambush here from Sam. So he he stayed hidden. The Marine head didn't know that he was there, and you'll notice that Sam came in before the Marine got through the doorway. You want to go. There's like this. Can't really draw it from this angle. I call it like the red zone. It's in the middle of the doorway to like just past the doorway. That's when you want to attack as a skulk. Otherwise, the Marine is coming through, and there's a high likelihood that he's going to be looking at you and kill you before. You don't need a parasite to do that either. You can do it with sound. Sometimes the sound is a little funky, and they sound a lot closer than they are, but it's better to try it than just sit there and fucking die because they happen to look at you. Same thing with we here. You'll notice that the Marine was in this like red zone, comes in and attacks instead of being passive and wait. I'll disagree with you on that. She's saying that Tram is the best hive on warehouse. I think shipping is the best hive on warehouse. Because nobody plays it against either Marine spawn. Weasel lurk? What? Oh no, we don't do it. God. We can talk about it because I'm sure Tram is going to be next. We talk about when we go there. Antlers are doing a really good job on res. You'll notice that Marines have not sustained more than 3 RTs for any length of time. This means they're recapping the whole time. They're on 1-1 at 5 minutes. You typically they would be starting their second level 2 upgrade. So they've been like just really focused on getting res down. They've been winning all their skulk ambushes, so they don't have any pressure to deal with. That means they can be all on res all the time. Oxy's probably gonna die here though. I like this call to just like you kind of have to YOLO 3 Marines pressure. I don't know why this guy's axing this RT. But they're at least gonna get an RT kill. At this point, you want to stay on. You want to just. You have to tech on 3 RTs. That's the only way to do it when you haven't gotten a life form kill yet. You're this far behind. You have to tech on 3 RTs. Rookie has to save this RT. That's bad if he dies. Good job. So you just stay on 3 RTs and tech. You do not cap a 4th. You want to cap a 4th, like it's in your blood to cap a 4th. More res. But it doesn't get you anything. Because capping a 4th, or dropping an arm. What are you gonna do with his armor? You have capping a 4th just delays you starting this the next upgrade. You need to start save res, start the next upgrade, and then you can look at capping a 4th. Big pack alien. Look, they capped another RT instead of just saving the one they already had, and now they're still not going to start an upgrade. and now they kept Captain RT on both sides. Their quote unquote res lane is confused. They're gonna try to save res on both sides, and these lurks are gonna be able to pack back and forth. Good ambush by him now. Starts mines? Question mark? Oh, it's cats. He's gonna go for like the extreme late game. My RTs are dying. I want to save my RTs. Let me get mines and luck into alert kill. They missed what happened over here. It looks like Arab got a pick. He just needs to make sure he parasites this marine and stays alive. Ooh, no, run away. There's an angle that you can bite this RT at, especially if you play with maxed FOV, where you sit on the RT and you can see that door. You can bite it from like here, and you flick parasite and just move left. Now, with the walk up, I don't know why he peeked a parasite marine that was already parasited. So that was a decent try because he, like, the marine was in the red zone like we were talking about, and he went on him. But with him having peeked a parasite, rookie's like, it's in rookie's mind, this skulk knows that I'm coming. Even if they're parasited, they still don't have this like mindset. He knows I'm coming, he's gonna attack me. So but now peeking to parasite just kind of said, I'm planning on killing you, especially because he didn't. Arab could have walked just a little bit more. Touching the power node makes you show up, does make you show up on the marine map. So you kind of need to be wall hopping off of that when you. That was an okay try. Nice job, Huste. Oh, don't die. Okay. He could have just waited like he killed this marine, right? He could have just he got the parasite off too, which was really good. He could have just come back here and hid and waited for the lurk to come. But you need to be like have a lot of map and game awareness to know that your lurk is coming. If the lurk doesn't say, I'm coming, just hold on. So though, like, the correct thing to do there would have been to frag this marine, get the parasite off, and then just hide and stay alive and kill it with the lurk. It was like a risky engagement to kill this guy. Try to kill the guy solo. Not that it matters because they're so far ahead. And it was still a really good frag. Just not necessarily a risk that needed to be taken. You'll notice that we did not wait for the marine to fully empty his clip before going in. We waited for him to fire maybe 20 bullets and then he started going. That's how you make sure that you're on a marine during his reload if he holds down his fire button. Rather than getting on him as he finishes the reload. Sicknick just a little too fast, a little bit too far ahead. It gets out of line, it breaks line of sight with the shotgunner right as the aliens come on him. This is... These fades came up really late. What time did they come up? I like Sam going in there when it was just a pistol. He knew the guy. He's like, this guy only has a pistol. I'm going in, even though I have 100 HP. But I'm not sure that he knew for sure there wasn't a second Marine behind him. That's how my life forms die a lot. Like I make a prediction of where the spawning Marine is gonna go, and then I come in on this guy like low, and he just has a pistol. I'm like, haha, I know you just have a pistol. I have 100 HP, but I can still kill you. And then there's a second Marine just like dead. I'm eager. I'm greedy. Flame gathers. Even scrims. What do you do here, aliens? You need to get this RT done. You should already be expanding, if not dropping this hive. A recycled armory. He's getting up to. He wants to go drop a phase gate over there. Phase gate is already up. So he wants like a trash gate. I have a feeling he's gonna drop the gate like over here somewhere. Try to and then drop a grav gate like right here, and just hold these 3 RTs and tech. Can I draw cock and balls? No, apparently not. There goes your push. Oh, right. That's all they needed to come back in the game. Honestly, as easy as that. Pecan Sam, Jotabo. I have a hard time calling him Pecan because there's a guy who played a lot named Mikan, Mikan, who I jokingly called Pecan. Is this? How is there a Marine over here? What? Yeah, don't let this happen. Katz knows he's not going to have enough to research anything for any length of time, so he's out of the chair. This RT does need to be saved. Sam, stay alive. Can. He just didn't really. That was it. Maybe he doesn't have ammo. A con. What do you think about people who pronounce it pecan instead of pecan? I don't know. I say it both ways. Is that an answer? I've heard it both ways. You stay in we can grind this gate just by themselves. Good on now for recognizing the Marine coming back and going to like frag him before he has a shot on the lurks. If this guy had a rifle, that would have been really dangerous because he could have just like stepped around the fades, shot the lurks as people have phased. Ocean seller. I need your strongest potions. Please, potion seller. I'm going into battle. I require your strongest potions. Anything you guys want to talk about while we wait for the next gathering? I don't want to do this. I don't need to log in right now. I might have. You need to be logged into the page to even view the gather page. It's really dumb. Still my password. I don't eat breakfast, Admirable. Had a 6-inch sub from Subway for lunch. Dude, the Steam browser sucks. To pop this up in a new page. 8 of 12. Is that a one and done Euro gather? Admiral, join up. It's time. My exact Subway order. A 6-inch on Italian urban cheese, a BMT with pepper jack toasted, with lettuce, onions, green peppers, black olives, tomatoes, and just a little salt and pepper and a little bit of chipotle mayo. With Doritos and root beer. Because root beer is delicious. Got the right hint of spicy to like sweet. Doesn't burn your mouth. Delicious. But then again, it's not bread. The Subway apparently has too much sugar. What do you mean not by choice? White wine and peach schnapps is really, so you probably shouldn't be doing choice. What do we want to talk about? Anything new we can talk about with John Beam? I feel like it's a no. Hobby's just so overplayed in gathers. I feel like everybody knows everything. There's a way you can get up over here that you don't have to go up this staircase. I don't know if everybody knows about. That can be useful. I don't like that I have to run all the way over here to show this. Gimmick strats. Snaps. So you can do this a lot faster, but you can just hop up here. It's like if you're sitting here waiting for a gorge and he's just like sitting there like building his hydras or something, you can just come up here and shoot him rather than being like, "Oh, I'm coming at you." It's really strong, Nookie. You tried it? It's really good. You can climb these pipes too. It's not as useful. I don't know that you can actually get over that railing up there. But you can at least like peek in and not get parried because these fucking pillars. Have I fallen in the pit and died? Not as Marine. As aliens, myself and Turts have. And I think I saw Bill do it. You do like this belly slide to escape, like you're here, you're like spitting like, alright, I got you. And then they start running at you, and you turn around and you do your like side slide jump, and you just clip the pipe and you fall straight in the pit and die. Bungo, we add the second P because we don't know how to spell things. Doesn't it have 2 P's in English? Maps. Yeah, it has 2 P's. Schnaps. Oh no, it went down to 6 players. What's happening? Did I turn my stream on for nothing and we were forced to play? Yeah. Why is... Oh, but I'm gonna shoot it mode. Yeah, so you're like here. And like you just flip the pillar. Gimmick strats for zombie? Not really. I like sometimes doing an EC expand as aliens. You just like stack this with 4 skulks. You let them into Oxy. Maybe you do like a maybe you do like a 2-1-1 with your gorge fast expanding, building all the assists to get the tunnel up. Or maybe you just like only assist Oregon and do a tunnel here. And then your comm comes and helps offload. The point of this is that you kind of throw the Marines for a loop because their primary pressure is always going to be towards Oxy. They don't generally cap a third, so you can get if you get a quick pick offload and supply, you can quickly get 3 or 4 skulks on the node and kill it. So you're ahead, and then it's really easy to switch out of it. As soon as EC's up, you can like make this choice. This will get you to lurk timing if you win the first 2 engagements. And then it's really easy to just take your gorge and lurks and just go over here and just kill it. You just sweep everything. And switch your expansion to waste. Later, Nookie. What is up with these gatherers? Thicknick, no. Thicknick, no. I don't want to play. I want to teach. Here's what we can do. We can do. Can you message me when the gather fills? And I can talk a little bit about skulk ambushing. Well, we did a little video on this, and it's mostly correct. Yeah. I hate not having my alien vision. So give me a second. The chat says that you rated me with 13, but I think 12 of them were already here watching. Because my activity feed says party of 1. Alright, I'm spitting him. So I think this is my favorite place to like kind of explain this ambush in OR. Because there's a couple different ambushes that you can do there. So you've peeked these guys and parasited and backed up. And they kind of know that you're there. They don't know for sure that you're there. They don't know like where you're ambushing from. So there's a number of places you can be. You can be like close on the corner here, which this is not a great ambush. And that's because a Marine can be here, or the Marine can be here, and you just don't know for sure if there's 1 or 2. You don't know how fast you need to come to this corner. Like it's just not great. A better ambush is here. Here you have to be careful about where you're looking. So if I look down at all, you'll notice that my head sticks out. If I look up, my butt sticks out. So you need to make sure you're looking side to side. That makes sense. And the skull, it actually turns faster than this. I don't know why the model turns this slowly in third person mode. So it's really important to know which way you're looking. So like this, my butt's sticking out. I'm high enough up in the wall. Hold on. Like this, you're like, okay, I'm here. And you do this because you're like looking down. But look at the parasitic marine. But hello, they can see you. So this is a pretty good spot. You just have to be careful of your view angle. This works sometimes, and it really shouldn't, because the Marines can like fully see you. And then this also works. Let's take a look at the how it looks. So they can see you when they get to about here. So you have to go kind of early. They also have to be looking for it. Like nobody fucking looks at this box. They're all like looking up. And you just bite them in the butt. And then you can also be back here. And this is probably the easiest way to ambush this, because you can be in several spots here. You can be low, you can be high, you can be over here. You do have to be careful because your toe can stick through this wall if you're at a certain angle. I think it's if you're on, like you're attached to this pillar here, your toe can stick through the wall and they can shoot it, or just know where you are and come. So those are like your choices in this area. So if we pick this as like our ambush spot, then we need to know where we want to attack the Marine. So if we envision like this red zone that I've been talking about, that's where we want to go kill him. And I like explaining it here because it's pretty easy to visualize with the steps. Like they make this like nice little rectangle. That's like your kill zone. So you want the Marine to be there. And you also want to come at them with speed. So I've seen a bunch of people ambush here and they just like fall off the ceiling. And if the Marine's sprinting at you, then you'll land right in front of them or like right at them, and you can bite them and kill them, which is fine. But if for any of the reason like the Marine stops or like baits it, like you're just dead. Alright, you fell from the ceiling, great, you're dead. What can cause the Marine to do this? If they're very patient and they want to bait every corner just to check to see if a skulk is there, like Loam does it a lot. Other things that can do it is they're sprinting up here and they hear a skulk in north tunnels. They'll like slow down and you've just dropped from the ceiling and you're dead. Somebody can be coming to support you and not realize that you're setting up an ambush. So they hear a skulk like all the way over there and they stop and you're dead. So just straight up dropping is really bad, and you really shouldn't do it. You want to be in control as you come down, so you can like press crouch here and jump, and you get this like wall hop off the ceiling, which is really good. Like you're more in control. It's flaky to do though, so I don't generally do. What I generally do is I come down and go off the wall with some speed. I'll go that wall, or I'll come this wall. You at least want some speed coming. If that makes sense. So the 3 points is like know where the Marine is, pick your ambush spot, be aware of your view angle, and then don't wait for them to come into a position to see you. You want them to be in like the red zone. Just like on this block. Questions? Let my butt hang down as bait? Hell no. Not even if there's another skulk ambushing. You don't want to take. You want to take as little damage as you want. Because imagine a scenario where you're doing that. So you're in a 2 skulk ambush. One skulk is back here, and he's the one that's gonna kill the marine. You're baiting from like an ambush spot, so you let your butt hang down. Then he shoots you, gets damage on you, and he knows something's going on because that was really dumb to do. So he can kill the other skulk coming. A better way to do it would be this skulk parasiting as your bait. That baits him into like looking at this skulk. This guy's gonna kill me. This guy's gonna kill me, and you come. Cosmic, you never want to let a marine run past you to ambush if there's a possibility he can see you. So there are spots that you can be that you can let a marine pass. Behind this box is a good one. When they do their like first 2 pressure in the hub, like a marine comes in, the first marine comes in, he gets to here. He's looking this way because you have somebody else parasiting from there over here. You as this skulk can come on the second marine. If you're in a spot that, like here, if you're in a spot that relies on the marine just being dumb and not checking his corners, you should never wait for him to come into a position to bite you or to see you. It'll work maybe even 3 times in 10, but it's still a bad plan. Yeah, come on him. Admiral's dirty today. Sure, are you still here? Do you want to talk about spawns? Tram spawns? Let's talk about South Spawn Tram. Where's my good drawing location? Here. South Spawn Tram. Aliens. Let's do the easy one first. Warehouse Marines is easy. Easier, maybe. And Admiral will know some of this because I did it with him in a pub game. I wonder if he remembers. So the idea behind spawning south for aliens is that it's harder for Marines to route block. And it may take a second to realize why. You're like, hold on a second. Marines still want to route block, so they stand here and they route block, right? But what happens when you try to sneak through? You can see that you have an easier time getting through because there are vents and such that let you go past the Marines. Now with Marines and warehouse, where is most of the Marine res? Well, they can cap ore, they can cap plat, cap server, they can cap med. They can maybe even get repair. They will almost never get elevator. They will almost never get logi, and they will never get observation. So aliens try to hold. You do like this ET expand. Logi is your 4th, and all you're concerned about with Logi is trying to keep it up until lurks, and then after that you prevent a marine phase gate because this arc is really easy. So this is kind of like the alien zone, and the Marines kind of like try to take the rest of it. But looking at this, where's the Marine res? It's all over here. Repair is really easy for you to kill because it's really far away from warehouse. Ore is a lot harder to kill, but anytime you force a marine to come out this way by biting it, you don't have to kill it. You just bite it a little bit. You slowly kill it over time. You force marines to come away from res. So you want to focus on res biting over here. Okay. So now you say, well, hold on. How do I get up here and kill all this res? Isn't this really dangerous? Isn't it really easy to get trapped over here? Yeah, maybe. Now what happens when your commander puts a crag here? Crags are buffed in comp, remember? Its radius gets to maybe here. As a matter of fact, let's go put one there. Can I just throw this sys chain out and have it auto build? Well, that seems quite a bit safer, isn't it? You can even heal over here. So I'm a lurk. I've been biting some res. I need to heal. That seems okay. Even if they're in mez, like, that seems pretty okay. Well, that answers that question. That says to us, well, we can bite this pretty safely. We still need to worry about being pinched from hub, because as everybody who's played the game knows, when you're a marine spawning in warehouse, like, your automatic thought is to walk to hub. Now remember that aliens are focused on taking shipping to ET, so we have a gorge tunnel over here. So we want to get all of our skulks and lurks and whatever out through the vent, through mez, fight all the res down. Particularly early game, if you can send 2 skulks, you can do this with 1 skulk in 66. You get a skulk early to server room, like, you come over here, you go this way, right? You have somebody come hub. Going hub tells you what spawn they have. If you as a skulk meet a marine coming this way, they are warehouse spawn. If you do not meet a marine coming this way, they're either power built or they're server spawn. They're up tap. So that's how you tell which spawn they are. And then based on that, your ET skulk can go through, go into server. And all you're doing in server is you want to delay this RT as long as you can. So you do not parasite. You just sit in the rafters and you try to kill the marine when he's building the power. If he eventually gets the power up, if there's 2 marines, like, you can kill the one guy and go back up in the rafters and wait for him to call for help. Like, all you're doing is trying to stay alive and delay. And if you delay this RT for like at least a minute, maybe 2 minutes, you've done your job. You pretty much won the game. Now, the trouble that people get into with shipping spawn is it's typically really easy to get this expansion up. You get your 4 RTs. What ends up happening is Marines cap these, and there's 3 or 4 Marines just like chilling here. You have your little clog wall. You have like a tunnel. You have maybe the hive going. And these Marines are just chilling there and they're teching. And they're waiting for you to come die to them so they can push in. So what do? Well, you could get all your people together and come fight them and kill them, and whoever's alive goes on server. Or you take a skulk and he comes over here and he goes through plat. And you bite plat in server. You let them have mez. You can let them have mez, that's fine. Who cares? You try to keep repair down with your other skulk. And all you try to do is you try to leak past them on the res. You do not need to kill these guys. Important to note here is that you do not want 2 skulks to come back here unless you have wiped the Marines and up. Does that all make sense? Are we less afraid of playing South Spawn shipping? Does it seem like everything makes sense? Any questions in chat? I've been rambling for a little bit. Sicknick had a good idea. He requested that I add the option to, or the ability to select different colors, so it would have made this maybe more clear. No, Admiral, sign up right now. It is 8 out of 12. Not necessarily. I have binds on my mouse pad for like DM binds, which don't work anymore. It would be like a menu option thing to go bind keys for it. They can faster you make. There used to be there's like a single draw on screen button. There used to be another draw on screen button which was temporary. Like as soon as you let go, it would disappear. I don't know what happened to that. No, I never play NS2 Combat. The flow of the game is much different, such that combat doesn't really work as good practice. In NS1, like ambushing was much less frequent. So having a map where you just kind of like people run together in a area kind of worked a little bit better. Just the way things are balanced and the way the game has worked. Aliens really only have the advantage when they're ambushing. So that makes a mode like combat very hard. I guess we can pub until the gather starts.